We all know the saying, "You are what you eat," but have you ever thought about how the vegetables in your diet could be silently working against your health? As much as we love our greens, some of them, despite being packed with nutrients, come with hidden dangers that could be putting us at risk. Risks we might not even be aware of. With cancer rates on the rise globally, knowing what we eat is crucial. In fact, cancer claims 1 in 6 lives worldwide, and the key to prevention often lies in making simple dietary choices. But how can we make sure the food we're consuming is truly benefiting us? While there's no denying the health benefits of eating vegetables, some, when consumed improperly or in excess, may increase our cancer risk and even cause other long-term health problems. Today, we'll dive into 7 common vegetables that could actually be harming your body. I'll also share personal tips, strategies, and stories to help you navigate your food choices wisely. Are you ready? Let's uncover the hidden dangers in your kitchen and explore how you can make healthier, safer food choices. Stay tuned to the end for some surprising alternatives that will keep your meals nutritious and safe. 1. Potatoes. The silent danger in your pantry. Potatoes. A beloved comfort food, right? Whether mashed, roasted, or fried, they are a staple in homes worldwide. But did you know that potatoes contain a toxin called solanine, which could be increasing your cancer risk? Solanine forms when potatoes are exposed to light or begin to sprout, and its effects on our bodies are far from benign. The first time I learned about solanine, I was shocked. I had always assumed that potatoes were a harmless side dish, but the truth is, consuming too much solanine can lead to digestive issues like nausea, vomiting, and even neurological symptoms such as headaches and dizziness. Over time, prolonged exposure to solanine can lead to serious health consequences, including an increased risk of stomach and colorectal cancer. Studies have shown that solanine can disrupt cellular functions and promote an environment where cancer cells thrive. So, how do you protect yourself? The key is moderation and proper storage. Always store potatoes in a cool, dark place to avoid solanine formation. Avoid eating sprouted or green potatoes, and if you see any green patches, be sure to peel them off before cooking. The important thing is not to let them become a daily staple, but rather enjoy them occasionally, making sure they are well prepared. Personal story. I remember a friend who developed digestive issues and kept blaming everything from stress to bad eating habits. It wasn't until she switched to a diet that included more sweet potatoes and eliminated excess potato consumption that her symptoms improved. Her case reminded me that even seemingly innocent foods can be problematic when not consumed wisely. 2. Spinach. The oxalate overload. Spinach, often hailed as a superfood, is packed with iron, vitamins, and minerals. But did you know it also contains oxalates, naturally occurring compounds that can lead to kidney stones when consumed in large amounts? I've personally seen clients struggle with kidney issues after consuming excessive amounts of spinach without understanding the potential dangers. Oxalates can interfere with calcium absorption, and when levels in the body become too high, they can crystallize and form kidney stones. But beyond kidney health, these compounds can also contribute to oxidative stress, another factor that could increase your risk of certain cancers like kidney and bladder cancer. To reduce this risk, aim for moderation. 1 to 2 cups of spinach per day is a safe amount for most people. Cooking spinach also helps to lower its oxalate content significantly. Personal story. I remember a patient who was an avid spinach lover. She consumed it daily in salads and smoothies, thinking it was the ultimate health food. After several months, she developed sharp pains that led to a diagnosis of kidney stones. After cutting back on spinach and increasing her hydration, the pain went away. Her story highlights the importance of variety and moderation in our diets. 3. Mushrooms. Agaritine. A potential carcinogen. Mushrooms are often celebrated for their nutritional value and versatility in cooking. But did you know that some varieties contain a compound called agaritine, which has been linked to cancer risk? Specifically, the common white button mushroom, which is found in nearly every grocery store, contains this potentially carcinogenic compound. Agaritine, when consumed in large quantities, may interfere with our DNA repair mechanisms and promote the growth of cancerous cells. Studies have shown a correlation between heavy mushroom consumption and increased risks of cancers like colorectal and breast cancer. But don't worry, you don't have to eliminate mushrooms from your diet completely. Simply limit your intake to about 1 cup per serving and always cook them thoroughly. Cooking reduces the levels of agaritine, making the mushrooms much safer to eat. Personal story. A few years ago, a close friend who worked in the restaurant industry loved adding mushrooms to almost every dish. After years of consuming them in large quantities, he started experiencing gastrointestinal discomfort. Once he reduced his mushroom intake and ensured they were properly cooked, the discomfort subsided. His case made me more aware of the importance of moderation and proper preparation when it comes to consuming mushrooms. 4. Cassava. A root vegetable that could poison you. Cassava is a popular root vegetable, especially in tropical countries where it's a staple food. But it's important to note that cassava contains cyanogenic glycosides, which can release cyanide when the cassava is not prepared properly. This is a serious issue because cyanide is a potent toxin that can disrupt cellular respiration, leading to cellular stress, inflammation, and, eventually, increased cancer risk. People in regions where cassava is consumed as a primary food source have been found to have higher rates of cancers such as esophageal and bladder cancer. The good news is that you can enjoy cassava safely by cooking it properly. Boiling or frying it for at least 20 minutes can break down the harmful compounds and make it safe to eat. Personal story. I once visited a village in Africa where cassava was a dietary staple. I watched as locals carefully prepared the root by soaking and boiling it, as they've done for generations. This is a great example of how traditional knowledge helps mitigate the risks associated with consuming potentially dangerous foods. 5. Radishes. Nitrate risks and cancer connections. Radishes, with their sharp, peppery flavor, are a popular addition to salads and dishes. However, these vibrant root vegetables contain high levels of nitrates, which, when consumed in large quantities, can convert to nitrites in the body. Nitrites are known carcinogens and can cause DNA damage, increasing the risk of cancer, particularly colorectal cancer. Personal insight. I remember a time when I read about the risks of nitrate consumption in an article on cancer prevention. It immediately reminded me of my grandmother, who would always serve radishes at family dinners. As a child, I thought it was just a harmless vegetable. As I grew older and understood more about the science of nitrates, I realized that moderation was key. To mitigate these risks, limit your intake of radishes to a few servings per week, and pair them with vitamin C-rich foods like citrus fruits or bell peppers, which help prevent the formation of nitrosamines. 6. Brussels sprouts. Good or bad for your thyroid? Brussels sprouts are part of the cruciferous vegetable family, known for their cancer-fighting properties. However, they contain glucosinolates, compounds that can interfere with thyroid function if consumed in excess. For those with an iodine deficiency, eating too many Brussels sprouts can lead to thyroid dysfunction, which is a serious concern for overall metabolic health. To enjoy Brussels sprouts without risking thyroid issues, stick to 1 cup per serving and pair them with iodine-rich foods like fish or seaweed to support your thyroid health. 7. Tomatoes. The hidden histamine problem. Tomatoes are packed with lycopene, an antioxidant that is great for cancer prevention. However, for some people, tomatoes can trigger histamine intolerance, leading to chronic inflammation and an increased risk of certain cancers like gastric and colorectal cancer. To minimize these risks, stick to 1 or 2 medium-sized tomatoes per day, and consider cooking your tomatoes to reduce histamine levels. If you are sensitive to histamines, tomato paste or sauce might be better alternatives. While these vegetables offer incredible nutritional benefits, the key takeaway here is moderation. It's not about avoiding these foods altogether, but understanding how to consume them safely. By being mindful of preparation methods, combining them with complementary foods, and knowing your body's limits, you can enjoy a nutritious diet without risking your health. I encourage you to explore these vegetables with a balanced approach. Knowledge is power when it comes to making health-conscious decisions. By paying attention to how these foods affect your body and adjusting your diet accordingly, you can make choices that benefit both your short-term and long-term health.